Hi, let me start with a quick overview of OXO and why ESG plays a central role in our US expansion. OXO is a Mexican leading convenience store chain with more than 20,000 locations offering food, beverage, essential goods, and payment service. Recently, the company entered the US market by acquiring and converting the legacy stores in Texas, including pilots in West Texas and full-less format. Our strategic goal is to build OXO USA, a portfolio and scalable international platform across Texas and California. For that to work, ESG has to be more than compliance bugs. We want to be part of our competitive identity. The underlying problem in US jurisdiction, especially in California, enforce stricter rules on energy efficiency, plastic, and waste. If we simply copy the Mexican model without adjusting, we expose ourselves to fine and pressure from ESG focused investors. This is where ESG connects to be SDGs. The SDGs provides a roadmap for issues like energy, climate, responsible consumption, well-being, employment, and governance. We So the big question becomes: do we have turned ESG plus SDGs into advantage for OXO US rated the cost? Texas and California are two of the largest state economies in the country, and both have strong Hispanic communities that already recognize the OXXO brand from Mexico. This gives us an initial advantage in familiarity and trust. Our international strategy follows a transnational approach. We leverage FEMSA's global capabilities while adapting to local US regulation and consumer expectation. Both states offer high traffic, border crossing, major highways, and dense urban areas, where fast service, grab and go food, and convenience solutions are in high demand. There is also a significant opportunity among younger consumers who are increasingly down to brands that demonstrate environment and social responsibility. At the same time, we face threats such as the strong competition from 7-Eleven, Circle K, and the independent stores, as well as the strict ESG regulations, particularly in California. This dynamic leads into the deeper external environment analysis on our next slide. Let's look at regulatory environment shaping OXXO's entry into the US. In Texas, commercial building must follow standards based on HR 90.1, which places strict regulatory on building employees, HVAC systems, and lighting efficiency. Any new OXXO store must be designed with this energy standard in mind. In California, plastic and packaging are the major regulatory pressure points. The state already bans single-use plastic carry-out bags, and starting in 2026, all plastic checkout bags will be eliminated entirely, leaving on only recycled paper bags with mandatory fees. Many cities also ban polyester and other single-use items. On the climate side, the federal government is pushing down high GWP HVC refrigerations use the commercial refrigeration through the AM Act. States and municipalities also enforce the version goals for recycling and composting. Altogether, the external government analysis make it clear that ESG is not optional. In California, it's essential alliances to operate. In Texas, is a competitive standard that shapes the new store format.
In our internal analysis, we identify OXXO's main strengths and capability gaps for operating in the US market. OXXO has a strong operational excellence, standardized stores formats, efficient logistics, and deep experience in high frequency retail. These are key core competencies that support fast adaptation and scalability. The company also has community oriented culture and growing ESG values from FEMSA. However, we identified two main gaps. First, limited experience with US environmental regulation, and second, it's the need for stronger ESG data analytics to monitor energy waste and complaints in real time. To ensure effective ESG implementation, we propose a matrix organizational structure with an ESG office reporting directly to the OXO and then USA and then the CEO. This enables alignment with FEMSA's sustainability governance. We also recommend a transformational leadership style that motivates employees to embrace a green convenience vision combined with the MBO initiatives that tie bonuses to ESG and KPIs. Incorporate governance policies on ethics, transparency, and anti corruption must align with SDG 16. And ESG responsibilities must be clearly defined across roles. Our strategy focuses on sustainable differentiation through three pillars: sustainable store design with efficient HVAC, lighting, and refrigeration. The second one, green logistics using optimized routes and low emission vehicles. And the third one, localized uh, sourcing that creates shared value with communities. Strategic alignment is ensured by cascading objectives from FEMSA and then OXO USA and then STAR, using SDGs as guiding framework. Key stakeholders include regulations like the EPA, customers, employees, and franchises, suppliers, and ESG focused investors. Engaging these stakeholders supports compliance and long term competitive advantage.
For our internal operations, the goal is to make ESG to core of how every OXO USA store works. We introduce a new operational vision focused on energy efficiency, waste reduction, and local sourcing. To support this, we apply a change management plan that centers on clear communication, simple training, and gradual adoption. Managers receive short onboarding models explaining why ESG matters, how it aligns with SDGs, and how it improves store performance. We also build a culture of continuous improvement by encouraging employees to identify small operational changes like adjusting refrigeration schedules or improving recycling flows. These improvements become part of a feedback loop where stores managers submit ideas monthly, and the best practices are standardized across all locations. This makes ESG not only a compliance requirement, but a daily habit embedded in our operations. To operationalize the strategy, we use Sigma, and MBO. Through a Six Sigma DMAIC pilot, our target is to reduce refrigeration energy consumption by 25%. We start by measuring current usage, identifying inefficiencies, and testing solutions such as upgraded insulation, smart sensors, and optimized temperature ranges. The results of this pilot guide the rollout across future stores. Using MBO, we align store level goals with ESG KPIs. Managers have clear objectives like waste diversion rates, energy savings, and recycling compliance, and their bonuses are tied to performance. This ensures accountability and creates direct motivation for achieving our ESG targets.
Now for the implementation, two based balance of scoreboards and OKRs. We need to have a balanced scorecard based on Kaplan and Norton's four perspectives: financial, customer, internal process, and learning and growth. For example, ESG linked metrics. In the financial aspect, energy cost per store, waste disposal cost per ton, and for the customer, the percentage of customers who say OXXO is environmentally responsible, and NPS for store cleanliness and recycling options. Now for the final recommendations to OXXO, we need to make the ESG the center of the US value proposition, not only the side projects, and communicate it clearly in branding it to store design. We need to invest in standard green store prototypes that meets or exceeds the ASHARE 90 and California plastics waste routes from the start. Build strong governance and data capabilities, real-time dashboards of energy waste and ESG KPIs at the store and regional level. Use the balanced scorecard, Six Sigma, MBO, and OKRs to lock ESG into day-to-day management and incentives. The CSR actions are food donations, partnerships to reduce waste, and support the local NGOs. Support for local schools and sports clubs around stores. These actions reinforce brand loyalty and trust among convenience store customers who increasingly care about sustainability.